Hello and welcome to another episode of Old Faces. I am your host, Mr. Mocha, and you are hanging out with me and DFW Goliath. And this is the cutting board where I like to chop it up with the men of the lifestyle. We always get to hear the lifestyle perspective from the ladies' perspective and from the couple's perspective. Turn yours down, Goliath. Your volume, because it's feedback, getting me feedback on my side. So Goliath, welcome, man. Not much, man. It's always nice to talk to fellas about, lifestyle stuff. We're gonna start from the very beginning. How did you get into the lifestyle?
Well, it was very interesting. Got a little breakup with the chick, love of my life at the time. And was on Tinder like everybody else, trying to swipe. Ran into a nice little cougar. We was vibing really hard. And she was like, I want to meet you to show to my friends or whatever. So, okay, that's real cool. So he was like a swinger event. But for that weekend, I couldn't go or whatever. So I had a work trip to LA. So when I get back, I started doing a little research on my own without even telling her. And I go to this thing called Freaky Friday Fuck Fest. I found off of Google.
Freaky Friday Fuck Fest.
Exactly. So sent me a little email. Got a little email back from him. Went to a party. Did act like I was a veteran there. I got real popular with a couple of the people that was there. And one thing led to another. Had a great time that night, and ever since then, been hitting hard ever since.
All right, so your first play experience in the lifestyle. Tell me how that went.
First play experience. So I was chilling in the kitchen. It's at this house. I'm drinking, trying to not be nervous or anything like that, because I don't know anybody there. And they had a Sybian there in the middle of the living room. So the host was like, anybody want to get on the Sybian? And this real fine couple, like, I was looking at her like, why are you here? Like, this ain't place for you. Type situation. So she gets on there. The husband starts patrolling and everything like that. And then she's orgasming and everything. He was like, hey, he said, you, come put your dick in her mouth. And he pointed right at me. And I'm looking around like, oh, me? So, I don't want to be a new guy, so I just went over there, put my dick out. She started sucking it. I got my drink in my hand, I'm looking around, and everybody's watching me. And I'm like, this is real. Like, it's crazy. But she did that for about like 10 minutes. After she got the city and went and played, it was a great experience. They thanked me. And I was like, it's a good lifestyle right here.
All right, so that was your first party, your first lifestyle party. How long was it before you started getting on to different like dating websites, like lifestyle websites?
It's like 2 days after that.
What was your first one?
Right. First one was SLS.
Okay. All right. So
one of the things that gave it to me for free.
Say it again.
One of the host of the party, she had told me about it. She was like, she had like a free discount thing or whatever. So she provided that to me and hit the ground running hard after that.
Okay. So how long have you been in the lifestyle?
15 years now.
Oh, okay. All right. Definitely not a rookie. That's a good thing. So that means you've seen all the good, the bad, and the uglies. All right. So when you got on to SLS, how did that go for you? How did you do on SLS when you first got on?
When I first got on, it wasn't too good because I was trying to navigate like how to create a profile, how to make myself, not make myself marketable, but I didn't know what people liked and how people did things. So just put a couple provocative pictures up that I could put up there. And
provocative pictures, I like that.
You gotta do what works, man. You gotta feed the bait out there.
So
yes, we send messages, sometimes when they reply back, I'm like, damn, am I ugly like that? But after a while, I got a hang of things, and it went well.
All right, so I get this question all the time from guys, and honestly, it's a question that I ask for myself all the time. What makes you successful on lifestyle websites?
I'll say now, the experience that I have, just putting a well together profile out there, with some good pictures, represent yourself, and being a gentleman, but also still showing that side like Two-Face. You can be a gentleman, but bedroom is a whole other animal.
You're savage.
I got you.
All right, so we talk about. I mean, we always talk about the interaction with couples, because obviously in the lifestyle we 95% of our interaction on most lifestyle websites and when you go to lifestyle parties are with couples. How do you approach couples? So let's start with, since we're on the website, how do you approach couples and how do you feel couples approach you?
Well, as far as website goes, I always assume I'm talking to the man in the relationship, the husband. So just be respectful, let him know that he has a gorgeous wife or girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and I'm interested in getting to know them better. So I always address them as a unit and not just one, just a woman, because that's very disrespectful. Because this is somebody's partner that they're with for lifetimes.
So you don't start out. So you don't start out with a dick pic and hey, let me fuck your brains out.
Oh man, nah. Hey, I don't know who that works for, but if it works for somebody, hey, you're just a very gentleman. That, hey.
Look, I don't know either. We, Mrs. Mocha and I get all kind of dumbass shit like that. It's like you see a couple on the profile and you just start off talking like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. And it's like, hey, whoa, first of all, that's not gonna happen. All right, so on the website, when you're on there, this is one of the questions I actually, me and Dimitri and Lupe talked about this last week. When you are approached by couples, what's your biggest turn off? What's the thing that they can do to turn you off when they're approaching you on the website?
Asking for more pics than what I already have available in profile without putting out something like, oh, can you open your profile pic? Can you open these extra albums? I'm like, I'll put enough out there so that you can see enough of what you need to see. And then if it comes from a couple that doesn't have as much put out but expecting more, I'm like, yeah. It's like, hey, there's free trial over there.
Yeah.
Stuff you got to pay for.
Yeah, I hear you. Something that was the thing that we talked about consistently because, and I complain about this. I feel like I beat the dead horse with this one because that is the thing that annoys me the most. When you have couples who have like one picture of, one picture or like 13 pictures, huh?
It's not even a face picture.
Exactly. They have 13 pictures of your wife's ass in the exact same position. Like, I have no idea what the rest of her looks like. And then you look at my profile and you see me from every angle. You see videos of me fucking. And then you ask me for more pictures. Like, that to me is like an immediate turn off.
Right.
So, okay. So that's one that we all agreed on. Now, the next thing is when you're like talking to couples online, have you run into the overexcited husband?
Very often. It seems like their husband be more interested in the wife sometimes because I think he's doing all the communication for her. Like, I know women got other things going on, whatever the case may be, but if you ask us questions, okay, what size you can you do this to her? Oh, she never had this. can you bring another couple with you? Like, you making me, I'm not a broker for everything that you're designing. Like, come at me, come holler at me, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely probably that's also one of my pet peeves where you have you talk to him for the first time, you've never met him, you never played with her, and then the couple's like, they're like, you're chatting and they're like, oh, can you bring some of your friends? I haven't even fucked you yet. Like, I can't bring my friends over here and, you're no good or you guys are crazy. Yeah. I mean,
you test me to make sure, okay, hey, so I can know which friend I'm gonna bring, because not everybody's gonna be that cup of tea.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that's definitely one. I get that one surprisingly. I'm surprised at how often I get the couple who you're talking to and you've never met them, and they automatically ask, "Hey, can you bring your buddies over?" And it's like, I don't want to sound selfish, but shit, can I fuck first?
I had a situation like literally this week. Couple hits me up, and it's the gentleman. He said, "Hey, my wife found you attractive. Should I get with you on Saturday or whatever?" I said, "Okay, cool. Everything's on copacetic." It gets to like Friday night. He was like, "Do you know of any other couples and stuff like that you can bring along?" I'm like, I'm not from even out here. Like, I don't know anybody out here. Like, that's supposed to be, if that's what you want, find that, and then we can make something happen. But because they didn't have another couple, they ended up cutting the date off on Saturday. I'm like,
oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
You made your wife mad by doing that because I couldn't provide something for you. I mean, say that from the beginning so then things can be expressed and worked out.
Yeah. And see, there's another thing. Say what you want and say what you mean from the beginning. That's the thing that's another thing that drives me crazy. Like, as a guy, I don't have the option to, spring up surprises on you. Like, imagine how that would have gone if you set up a date and you said to the couple, "Hey, can you bring 2 more extra girls?"
Sam, you're going to be crazy.
Probably would have laughed out loud. Fuck out of here.
Like, you serious. Like, is my wife not good enough for you?
Yeah, exactly. And then, I think another thing that always gets me, like, with the overzealous husband is the questions about how are you going to fuck my wife? I don't know. How am I supposed to know how I'm going to fuck her? I've never met her.
Well, the ones that have a whole script about, okay, I want you to do this for 30 seconds. Then I want you to do this. And are the ones that are trying to coach you whenever you're there, like, hey, this ain't no training plan. This ain't Pee Wee football. I'm a man. I know what I'm doing. You obviously know that, so I mean,
yeah, that's hilarious. I remember doing a podcast with what's his name? The SKD. And he had me laughing so hard because he was like, listen, he was telling me about this experience where he went to the couple's house and the whole time he's trying to fuck the wife and the husband is like saying, do this, do that. And so finally he's like, dude, I mean, how am I supposed to do this with you giving me instructions? He's like, if you want to be a director, you need to pay me. Okay. Because now this is all about you. This is not about everybody here. So yeah, that's definitely.
It's true. That's the truth though. Like, don't give me instruction. We can discuss things ahead of time, whatever the case may be. But when it's in the moment, hey.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Watch me work.
I think my funniest experience with that was at Trapeze one night. We're at the club and there's this woman in Lifestyle to me who was fucking gorgeous. She was a very, very pretty lady. So I finally get her into a room at Trapeze. It's me, her husband's watching. And literally every time I start fucking her, he's like, hey, fuck her harder. And I'm like, listen, man, I was like, hey, look, I can't do this. Okay, like, do you want to fuck her? I mean, no offense to this guy. I saw your dick. You can't get as deep as I'm getting right now. And, you know, she's looking at me like, don't fuck me harder. So I'm like, hey, would you like me to stop? Oh, no, go ahead. Like, okay, I just need, because now my dick's going down. Like, this is a turnoff. You fucking back there playing cheerleader.
Exactly, man. Let your wife enjoy. Like, you should understand your wife's movements and reactions, things of that nature. If she's enjoying something, let her enjoy it. It's gonna bring more happiness to you in the long run.
Yeah, I think like there's some guys who says yes, you can fuck this other guy only if he can fucking punish you the way I can't. It's like it's not what I'm here for.
I hate that situation sometimes too. Like, especially like you like gets right into something, and it's just like this was just hammer. No, especially me. Like, I may post little clips and stuff like that of me doing that, and it's fun and stuff like that. But it's a time for everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't pile drive somebody for fucking 30 minutes. Like, I don't even find that enjoyable. Like,
yeah.
Like that doesn't feel good to me. I've seen guys who fuck like that, but you know, I've also heard my wife and her friends complain about guys that come in and just jackhammer for fucking 20 straight minutes. Like, my dick can't take that punishment.
Hips ain't gonna tell you. He's gonna be like, hey, bro, you need to chill, bro.
I'm here sweating and wheezing because you want me to beat your wife up. I'm like, dude, listen, I'm not gonna abuse your wife's pussy. You can't abuse her pussy, so don't try to make me do it.
Exactly. You trying to wear me out? Shit, what if I got something else too? Come on.
So, all right, so we got to that part. We talk about, you know, just I think the things that, you know, the goods and bads about the website. So now outside the website, where do you feel like you have the most success when it comes to meeting couples? And let me move back. How long, what is your process for the time you start talking to a couple to the time you fuck them? Like, you fuck the wife, like from the time because this is where I think that my patience is maybe short. So like from the first time you make contact on the website to the time you actually meet, and what are you doing between there?
Okay, so it always varies. It's not just one cut and dry thing, because, you know, life happens. When people got children and things just come up. But ideally, I would hope, especially being in a lifestyle, that once you see there's a mutual connection going on, like within first 2 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the schedule like, but if we're talking, everything doing dandy, and we progress to say, okay, we want to meet. I mean, I feel 2 weeks is fine. I mean, strike when the iron's hot. But, I mean, in the meantime, I mean, if that's not going on, I mean, just to be honest, I mean, I'm single, so guess what? Somebody else is hitting me up, I'm going to entertain it. That's just the facts of the nature.
All right, so do you, and maybe it's because I'm a little older than you, because maybe this is a problem that I have, okay? I start on the website, like if I chat with somebody and you've seen the pictures, I've seen your pictures, I like your wife, she likes me, my next step is, hey, let's do a phone call. Because I've been duped so many times throughout the years where it's like it's a dude who's pretending to be a wife. So like I'm always like phone call. But I know there's other people who do, you know, they'll go to Snapchat or whatever other shit. How do you do it?
And for me, I mean, I'm an iPhone guy, so FaceTime, but just some kind of authenticity. But for me, I'll try to look out for those red flags ahead of time, especially if it's through a website. If it's through like a referral, things of that nature, pretty much believe in it. But if it's through a website, I just gotta You gotta know, because in my younger years, I got blindsided thinking I'm gonna see Halle Berry, and I ended up seeing something different. I'm like, shit, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, we done all been catfished.
Well, yeah, that shit sucks. It is what it is. You live and you learn, you get better as you grow. So
Yeah. All right. So have you had people like? I mean, obviously, we have multiple places, multiple websites that we interact with people on, whether it's, Reddit, SDC, SLS, Twitter. So have you had the people who they'll start talking to you and then they say, you ask for more pictures and they go, oh, well, go to Telegram or go to Kick or something like that. Do you have those people? And if so, do you comply?
I don't always comply, but if I'm highly attracted to you and the connections are strong, I will comply for a short period of time, because once you transition there, I'm thinking like, okay, we're about to meet next. And once everybody's comfortable, knows like, okay, everything's real, let's move forward. But if you move to another platform, you're still dragging your feet for a reason that's not logical in my opinion, then hey, another bus is coming. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be. The thing is, for me, I ain't gonna be disrespectful about nothing like that. I understand. Hey, the mutual attraction that once was, the thrill is gone.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, somebody got me somebody got me like a week and a half ago. So there was a couple, what I thought was a couple on Reddit. And they're like, well, we don't like to share pictures here. We rather use Snapchat. And here's the thing. Maybe I'm confused, but, when they said they don't want to share pictures there, they said it's a privacy thing. And I'm like, I can take pictures off of anywhere the same. Like if I was a scumbag that was going to share your information, it wouldn't matter if I took them off of, Kick, Telegram, Reddit. I didn't understand the difference. So I'm not going to lie. She was really attractive. So I was like, all right, against my better judgment, I go over to Snapchat. Get on Snapchat. Mind you, I didn't even have a Snapchat. I made a Snapchat.
Download me.
All right. I made a Snapchat for this one. I'm like, okay.
Oh, man. Hey, your dick was thinking, all right.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It was a dick. The dick downloaded Snapchat because I had so many people saying, hey, download Snapchat. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. We can talk here, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. They claimed they were in Atlanta. They were like, they were close. They really want to, they're serious. So I fucking download Snapchat. Get on Snapchat. And I'm like, okay, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do a call? Do you want to do like a video thing? And the guy goes, mind you, I had been talking to quote unquote the wife and the husband. And then he forgot about his lie. And then he was like, oh yeah, she's not quite ready yet. I'm like, son of a bitch. I was so pissed off. And so I always resort back to my wife. Because, see, here's the thing. My wife has access to my phone. I don't hide anything from my wife unless I'm being a dick. All right? Because I get in trouble for being a dick. So I was getting ready to say something real fucked up to the guy. And I was saying to myself, you know something? This will be the day that my wife has to go make an appointment or something on my phone and gets mad because I was being a dick to somebody. So I just said, dude, we had a conversation on Reddit and you made it very clear that this was the next step. So clearly you're not being upfront. So you have a great day. And I blocked him. Like I completely blocked him from it. Yeah. But, that's the thing that kills me. Stuff like that happens to me all the time. So often I wonder how other guys deal with it. And not or how other guys go about their vetting process for couples, and how do you figure out, because most people don't realize probably about 70% of the couples that reach out to you on sites are actually the husband who, or a guy whose wife's not really into it.
I'm forced back into it.
Yep. Or some guy who wants to beat his dick to you telling him what you're going to do to his wife. And I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I've never met her.
That's what you said.
So, okay, so now we got past that. Now I need to know, what is your funniest lifestyle experience?
Funniest lifestyle experience, man. It's put on the spot with us.
Of course, man. You know, I'm always put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm a big bat.
Now,
man. I can't go there.
You ain't got to say no names, man. You can say it. Just don't put no names out there. Hey, listen, we do it. Hey, listen. Hey, look.
Ain't no name.
Hey, listen.
But,
we've told lifestyle stories without the names, and our friends have come back to let us like, yo, you were talking about us. And I was like, yes. Yeah. Yes, we were. You were there, motherfucker. You know what happened.
Yeah, I say one that's pretty. I say it's funny and fucked up at the same time. But I forgot what location it was at, but I was kicking it with this wife, or whatever, and me and her been cool for some years, and her husband was heavily drinking that night, and she kept telling him to like calm down, like relax, to have fun with her, so she could have fun. Had somebody protect her. So since he was inebriated, I'm having to protect her, stuff like that. So at this party, they had like glory hole and everything like that, and guys are going in there left and right, just like they enjoy themselves. Me and her were just standing on the side just watching, and this husband coming there check on us or whatever. He goes out. He sees somebody enjoying their session or whatever. He starts looking. He's like, shit. He wants something. And the wife was saying like, no, you don't want that. And he was like, yes, I do. And she was like, tell you once, I'm gonna tell you again. You don't want that. He insisted on it. He went over there. Was enjoying the hell out of himself.
This is at the glory hole.
Glory hole. Major time. He popped his load and everything like that. Woof. He goes to the restroom. Behind the glory hole, the guy comes out. And me and her is just like rolling like, oh my, I told you not to go back there. You will enjoy yourself. And yeah, like
that is funny.
Because I mean, it was just a nice situation. No, hey, everybody, I ain't gonna get nobody young or nothing like that. So
I bet he'll listen next time.
Oh yeah, he listened next time because he was sick after she told him the next day. They had to confirm it for him. Because, hey, it's like, but you should listen to your wife, dog. Oh man, he ain't come out for a long time after that too. Just to keep it. He was upset.
That's hilarious. Hey, listen, I'll tell you one of the funniest things that happened to me. I'm playing with this wife, and like, you know how it is when you fucking, like, you know, she asks you to pull out and come, you know. I mean, listen, I'm not D Steel. My man D Steel, that motherfucker shoot a load across. He'll shoot a load across town. Like, his shit, I always tell him, like, look, and if we tag teaming a chick and you ready to come, let me know, okay? Because I ain't trying to be nowhere in the same room, because that shit might hit the ceiling or something. So I'm younger. This is my younger days in the lifestyle where I still, I was still a little more patient with the husband who was like saying, oh, do this, do that, do this. So I'm fucking a wife and the husband's like, oh, flip her over, fuck her doggy style, fuck her from the side, do like this to her, so, the whole time he's like, when you ready to come, pull out and come on her, pull out and come on her. So I fucking pull out, and the whole time, like, he's in the way. Like, he's in the way. He's trying to be fucking Spielberg with the cell phone. And, he's trying to touch her and he's trying to kiss her and he's trying to, like, he's whispering in her ear. And, like, you can tell she's fucking annoyed. So I'm fucking her and, I tell her I'm about to come. So, the combination of fumbling, trying to get the condom off and all of that shit. So, he's like, oh, honey, he's about to come on. He's going to come on you. I fucking pull the condom off and he's like rubbing her head. He's up on the other side of her body and I fucking shoot. And it was a bad thing. I mean, I shot her, shot him. The look on his face, he looked like he got bit by a snake in the face. And he started like dry heaving. And I felt bad, but at the same time, in my mind, I'm like, that's what the fuck you get.
He said, that's what the fuck you get.
That's what you get. Move. When my wife is getting fucked, I get out of the way. Okay. Have your fun. Do your thing. And I did chuckle about that for a few years after that. So, yeah.
What too? Hey. Well, that day.
Hey, listen. Hey, they didn't play. I didn't play with her for a long time after that. It had to be a good year. Yeah, I'm drinking. Don't judge me.
He needed counseling after that.
Huh? Oh, yeah, he needed counseling after that one. Like, he definitely, he needed counseling because it wasn't a glancing blow. I mean, he took a shot. He looked like a bird hit him. So, he needed some counseling after that situation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I wind up playing with them like a year later, and they hadn't played in all of that time. And I'm saying, me and her talked about it. Me and him it was like it never happened. But I'll tell you one thing, that motherfucker got out the way when I started fucking her the next time. Record from over there, pal. Record from across the room.
Hey.
All right. So
listen, D Still.
Yeah, listen. Yo, look, I've known D Still for years. I move out the way because I ain't trying to be a victim.
I'm her, man. I'm her. So I'm like, hey, whenever you around, stay clear.
All right, so you've been in lifestyle for years. You've experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly. When was your first Splash Mocha? How did you hear about Splash?
That first Splash was 2019. And man,
how'd you hear about it?
How I hear about it?
Yeah.
One of my boys, Backpack Joe. That's my guy. Told me about it. He went like in the previous 2 years, whatever, saying, man, it's the best thing out there. And he came back. He said, man, you gotta go. And I'm like, man, the way you describing it and the way I've been hearing about it, like, it's something I really got to check out. So, 2019. It's still hands down one of the best lifestyle experiences in my life.
Okay. So for those who don't know about Splash Mocha, describe Splash Mocha from your viewpoint.
My viewpoint. Splash Mocha is just like it's God's gift to Black men to have an array of beautiful women of all shapes, sizes, colors, from different parts of the world that just ready to have their field. And literally anything and everything that you can imagine or desire happens there. You just have to experience it. If you haven't been, you have to experience, and don't just go off your first experience. Because the first experience, you're gonna do too much your first time around, as I did.
You did too much your first time?
And then that's it. Oh man, I was done by Saturday, man.
Wow.
Man, I messed up. So backpack was telling me, it's like, man, you can't don't be trying to come on every woman and stuff like that, man. You gotta preserve yourself. But at that time, like literally, like if I fucked you, I'm gonna come with you. That's what I always thought. So shit, I'm coming. Everybody I'm fucking. But guess what? Shit, after 3 or 4, man, it's time to hit the hay. And we get to nighttime, like after I can do it again, but hey, shit.
Is that why you take so many naps at Splash Mocha?
You gotta take it. Like, you gotta take your naps. I preserve it to the end of the night. So that's a trick. If you want my nut, if you a cum slut, whatever the case may be, you get my shit at the end of the night. Even that, you don't be mad.
So you busting one a night? You busting one a day?
I ain't gonna say that. Man, I still somebody pull 3 or 4 off. May get one in the daytime. May do a back to back. Just depends on how I'm feeling, you know.
Nah, see, my thing is this. By the time the night comes, I'm coming like dust. All right, I'm busting. Listen, hey, look. By the last one of the night, I'm like, pink. That's it. Like, I'm coming missed.
I try not to get to that point, man. You know, we be up all the time on our feet and shit. So
yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, daytime do be lit.
So my first splash, I was okay. First splash, me and Mrs. Mocha, like, we had a good time. We both played like crazy. I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up. It was my second splash, and I blame this on Dimitri because, you know, everybody who knows us know we've been hosting parties, throwing parties for years. We always do. And you know something? I'm glad my man Ashley just jumped on. You know, I haven't looked down to see who on here. Oh, you know, we got some of the crew on there. Ashley, we got Mike Trimmer. Who else we got? Scarlett on there. Okay. I mean, everybody else who's on, we appreciate you coming. You know, appreciate you listening in. So my second mocha, I'm talking to Dimitri, and I'm like, you know something? I get annoyed because all of these guys who I know, I call them and say, hey, I've got women who need dick. Come by the house. I mean, do you agree? Do I do this?
Facts.
So I'm like, no one ever brings me anyone to play with. It never happens. So this was the second mocha we went to. So Dimitri is like, really? Okay. So we established quickly that him and I, we understand the system. We stood there and he pointed out people. He told me about them and he said, do you like her? You know, he told me her personality, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes. By Saturday night, he had committed my dick to so many women. By Saturday night, I was literally in the room hiding. Like, I was like, I can't fuck anymore. And it was like women who were upset because they were like, well, Dimitri said that you want to play. And I'm like, my balls are dry. Okay. My dick feel like I just slammed it in the door and I got nothing else. So I go to DM like, dude, and I don't get me wrong. I appreciate it because my second mocha, I fuck like an animal. Like, I would come out of a room, go shower, try to go get something to eat. And D would be like, I see D, and then I see him sending somebody my direction. I can't even run because they already spotted me. So my second mocha was the one where I was like, okay, I get it. And then my man Ashley Del Toro, I love Ashley. So, you know, everybody who knows me know that I'm a direct human being. And if you're my friend, you learn to be direct and also shoot it at me direct. And Ashley got the voice. Ashley talk shit back to me. He don't give a fuck. He Ashley be like, hey man, look, this is what I'm doing. So Ashley's like, all right, we doing he had a couple different little group things going on in his room. So I'm like, I'm still traumatized from what Dimitri did to me. So Ashley like, hey, need you to come up at this time and this time and this time. I was like, hey man, look, don't be out there telling, don't tell nobody that I'm fucking them, because now I'm still, dealing with my PTSD from what Dimitri did to me. And so after that, Ashley's like, all right, look, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you what time it's happening. I'm going to tell you who's going to be there. And you let me know if you plan on showing up. So the next time, then I didn't feel the pressure. So I came through and hey, my boy Ashley had it set up in there, so.
Shout out to Southtown, sure.
Yeah, I got to shout out. I mean, I can't believe he ain't jumped in here yet. He better be working if he ain't jumping in. You know what I'm saying? I always push the button on him. I tried to get Mike Trimmer to talk to us, but he ain't say nothing either. And Scarlett, you can always jump in and say hi. Anybody can jump on and speak if you want to, but we know these people. We don't got to be cautious with the folks we know. We don't want to scare away the new listeners.
Hey, nah, like how you said that about the splash. You really got if you're trying to go do something, go do it, because once a woman locks her eyes on you and has her mind made up, like, you trapped in her web and she can't get out.
Yeah. Mike T, jump in, baby.
I didn't want to interrupt the interview. I wanted to hear what he had to say. So
Okay.
I'll ask later on or whatever, but I'm just enjoying the interview.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, saying hi. We don't got the radio voice jumping in with us right now, so that's all right. And we'll keep going. So now here's my next question. So you started off in lifestyle 15 years ago. All right. You did the website stuff. All right. You got on multiple websites. You've experienced the good, bad, the ugly of the couples. Splash Mocha. Big deal. I know personally, one of the things that I will say, I believe in giving credit where credit is due. Goliath is probably one of the, if anybody sees the pictures of me standing next to Goliath, he earned his name. I was standing next to him and somebody sent the comment that I look like a little guy. I am 230 pounds. Okay. I am not a little dude, but standing next to him, I look like a little dude. But, I've told a lot of the newer guys in the lifestyle, especially, let's be honest, a lot of the newer black guys who are in the lifestyle and who are interested in getting into interracial play, that you have two options. You can walk in a room and you can be intimidating, or you can walk into a room and you can make people feel safe. And Goliath is one of the guys who walks into a room and makes the ladies feel safe. He makes the guys feel comfortable. And it's actually funny because I've got 3 guys on right now. Ashley Del Toro is one 100% who, Ashley Del Toro, Mike Trimmer, Goliath. These are 3 of the guys who I would have no problem leaving my wife in their care. And knowing that not only will she be safe, but she'll be comfortable. And that's not an easy thing to do. There's a single guy stigma, and there's really a single black guy stigma that's out there, which is something that after being in lifestyle and hosting parties for years, honestly, I don't see how it exists. Because in my experience, I've had I can't even compare when you think about issues. The least amount of issues we've encountered in the lifestyle were with single guys. All right. I've encountered more issues from couples and more issues from single females, to the point where I separate the word unicorn from single female. My girl Scarlett, who's on right now, she can be called a unicorn, because a unicorn is very, in my opinion, a unicorn is someone who's very unique, someone who causes no drama, and someone who, when they show up, they enhance the party and they're not entitled. There are very, very few unicorns out there. There are a lot of single females out there. So, you know, I'm going to take a second and shout out Goliath. I'm shout out my man Mike Trimmer. Definitely shout out Ashley Del Toro. Ashley Del Toro talks to my wife as much as I do. They'll be on the phone talking for an hour and a half, and these are guys who can literally come to my house, stay at my house when I'm not there, and I feel completely safe. And that's one thing that Goliath brings to the party. I mean, at my house, at my party, at Splash Mocha, and that's a hard thing to do. That is a hard thing to do. You know, so from your standpoint, Goliath, how is it that you, being, you know, a big intimidating man, how do you keep people comfortable?
For me, I think just my upbringing, just always humble no matter what. I always see people as friends first. I want to make sure everybody's like well taken care of. For me, I'm not gonna be the one with a mean, muggy face. Like, that's not me. I'm smiling. I'm always happy. I mean, life is good. Every single day, life is good. So I could be having the worst day ever, but guess what? Life is good. So I'm gonna exude that positive energy any way possible. Because if I'm positive and showing happiness, that can make an impact on somebody else that may be having a shitty day, or the case may be. I'm not here to add any shittiness to your day. I'm here to add brightness no matter what. I don't care what's happening with you. I want to make sure that you have the best experience in your life just being around.
Yeah.
So that's just being honest. How I could put that, because I don't like negativity. I don't like drama and all that other bullshit.
So
just keep it positive.
I look. Have you looked at the comments, Glad?
I'm gonna keep my phone down, bro.
Okay, so Ashley, I said nice shit about you, and here you go. So he said, Mr. Mocha shooting powdered milk on Saturday night at Mocha. Yeah. So true. And then we have Double Vixen. Oh, wow. Well, hello, Double Vixen. How are you? That's a nice profile picture, Double Vixen. I don't know you, but I'd like to. Welcome, and thank you for throwing a smiley face up there. Okay, so Goliath, the next step in your lifestyle evolution, this is something that I think has been happening a lot. So many authentic, true lifestylers have transitioned over to content. That is a big thing. And I know Mrs. Mocha and I, we've transitioned into content. And, it came down for us to two things for us. Number one, anything you see on our content, like even our lifestyle, even our content parties if you've ever been one of our, and Ashley Del Toro can tell you, if you've been to one of our lifestyle parties, there's literally no difference from our content parties, because we decided that we were just going to do exactly what we do in the lifestyle. We didn't alter it. I won't shoot with a person in content who I wouldn't shoot with, and who I wouldn't play with in lifestyle. And the energy, the way we talk, the friendships that we make, they have to be the same for us. So our content creation literally just moved from the content we used to put onto, SLS, SDC, which we still put it there. We still put clips of our content on those sites because that's where we started at. But now we decided to put it on OnlyFans and get paid to do it. So what made you transition to content from lifestyle?
I would say had talk with Lupe and Misha, and I think Misha had brought it up to my attention at one point, saying, hey, you should do content. It's like 2020, I believe. Because I had admired what they were doing. I was like, oh, that shit's tight. That shit fresh. I never imagined myself doing it like that. I'm like, they on a whole nother level. And then as COVID year roll around, I'm doing more and more things, but I'm still not taking it seriously and stuff like that. Because I truly just enjoy the lifestyle, being around like-minded people and just having my fun. Even though I always record videos since high school, that's always me. But I started seeing
been recording videos for a long time.
I have, man. I've always been a visual person. But I started hearing about the money being made, things of that nature. I ain't gonna say selling my soul or nothing like that. Like, man, I'm doing all this fucking for free. And I think I'm a pretty good fucker. When I pretty good fucker, so I'm like, shit. I might as well tap into what Misha and Lupe were talking about and dive into this thing. So I guess just started shooting more, putting stuff out there slowly but slowly. And then I shot with this dark cuckold couple. Shot with her. And I saw the increase in my bank account after she put a video out of us. And I was like, oh, I said, so this is how the shit go down. So I had like a nice little streak, and I was like, okay, I gotta start listening to what people have been telling me for all these years. And from then on,
okay.
I still bullshitting still a little bit because I work a regular job too. Not a regular job, but I got a lot of freedom and shit. But
yeah, I know.
My fun.
I know. Goliath has plenty of freedom. Like I can call him and be like, hey, can you come? Hey, can you come to Atlanta tomorrow? He's like, yeah, I'm on the way. I'll be there. I'm in the car.
I'm in there. I'm a road trip warrior. If it ain't too far, hey, I'm in that whip.
All right, so I gotta, do a quick honorable mention to Ann Cuckoldress. I happened to look down at your profile, and you look good. I'm enjoying looking at you while I'm surfing through this. While I'm surfing, it's challenging when my wife is not here. Like literally, I can't. I'm terrible at looking down and reading stuff. So I wish my wife was here to look at this. Let me see. And Scarlett, because you're Scarlett, you don't have to leave comments. You can always jump in here and talk, which is anyone can jump in and talk. But oh shit. Ashley Del Toro just jumped in. Ah shit. All right, let's go radio voice.
Already, damn, man. I can't even get warmed up. I'm already getting the static.
You don't get a warm up, man. You don't get a warm up. You get attacked on sight.
Fair enough. Good to hear from y'all, man. Little man, Goliath, big dog. Good to see you up here doing your thing.
Happy to hear you on. What's going on?
I'm decent. Yes, appreciate the patience. I was on the train heading back downtown in the quiet car, so I couldn't say shit. So, but I'm back out of Chicago, heading back to the crib right now. So figured I'd jump on a little bit. And thank you so much for the kind words, not only to Goliath, but, to me and my man Mike. I just want to speak on that matter about making people feel comfortable. Like, I don't know if Goliath had to deal with this but basically from a very early age, I was always bigger than everybody else. So I gave them this almost intimidating, I don't know, aura. Like by the time I was like 12 or 13. I remember the first racist moment I really had. I was 12 years old, playing basketball, listening to my fucking Walkman down a suburban street, heading to my favorite pizza spot. And then like down the street, two little kids ran into the house. And then I'm not even minding my business, walking by, going to get my pizza, I come back. And the cop is out in front of the house when I'm walking back. And he stops me saying, I'm fit the description of disturbance in the area. And I'm like, disturbance in the area? I'm like, I'm dribbling a basketball, carrying a pizza. I don't understand. So, and I look, you know what I mean? Then I look in the window and I see the mom sitting there and I'm like, oh, like, and then it clicked. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm the black threat in the neighborhood because she's never seen me before. And her kids ran into the house. So that was like one of those moments was like, okay, I know I need to make myself a little bit more, I don't want to say presentable, but at least put like me, but at the same time,
you got to back up just a little bit. You went all digital on us for a second.
Say it again.
Your mic went digital for a second. You sound like you had auto tune on for a second.
I'm gonna buy you a drink. Ooh. Hold on. Can you hear me now a little bit better or no?
I hear you. That's good.
Okay, cool. But no, it's just part of that reason I think that me and Goliath bring that energy. Like we've had bad experiences early on in the lifestyle, and we've noticed how guys move and operate who shouldn't be in the lifestyle or not really lifestyle to begin with. They just think they are. And I think we just learn from those bad moments. And on top of that, once you surround yourself with good people in this lifestyle, you're kind of always going to carry yourself a certain way. And that's the mentality I have. Like, I didn't really start going to parties until right after COVID. And so I went to a couple bad ones, couple good ones. I went to the good ones. I was like, all right, cool. I was very observant and how like certain cliques roll, like who was off-putting, who was engaging. Like our man Craig, you know what I'm saying? Like I met him at my first two-tall party and we chopped it up in the middle of the day. It was like a Saturday afternoon in between parties because it was one on Friday, one on Saturday. And he's just chilling in the conference room talking about football. I'm talking about football. There's other couple sitting around talking about football too. I found out he's a Bills fan and talking about the Bear fan. And then we literally get into a hilarious argument about whose franchise is worse.
That is funny. That's hilarious.
Right. It was great. And it was just like, and I didn't have that yet. Like I had already been there almost 24 hours and I'd had decent conversations. It was kind of like feeling each other out or whatever. And I was there with a lady at the time trying to get just make sure she had a good time. It was both of our first hotel takeover party ever. So I went that first day, I was like, let's make sure you have a good time and then I'll have a good time on Saturday. And it started with that. Like we woke up late because that's what you do when you do the hotel takeover. Get your breakfast or your lunch or whatever. And you come back and kind of chill out, but there's no pool. So everybody's chilling in the conference room and there Craig is holding court, doing his thing. And when we got to chopping it up and we found that common ground and like, we both love football, both had shitty franchises. Man, he started talking about flogging. I started talking about, my experiences in LA and stuff like that. Found out we noticed some of the same people in Chicago. And then, I gradually just had a new friend in the lifestyle. And I noticed like, okay, cool. With the energy he brings to everybody who's around him and everything like that, the positive, fun energy, like this is what I've been looking for. And so that's what I do now. Like I kind of, just by osmosis, you realize, okay, this can be a fun place. It doesn't have to feel like it's an adult theater where everybody's kind of like creepy, and like, like just not personable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the energy that most bad or average clubs or theaters give. But if you go to a great party, majority of people are going to be invited to a great party are going to carry that positive energy. So it's easy for me to do that now because, I've already had those terrible experiences. So I know when I walk into Splash Mocha, I know I'm going to be surrounded by great people with great energy. And they're the type of people going to invite other people with great energy. So it makes it that much more easier to kind of be myself. And like I said, making new couples feel safe, especially like at a place like Fast Food, because that is very overwhelming out the gate first time, especially if it's your first party ever too. Like I know a couple that do that. I was like, whoa, really? Like this is your first one? Damn, you committed 3 days or something like this? Like that's a lot. And some of them can't handle it. Like there's a handful that can't. You know, they don't even play the first night or two, and others that jump right in. They'll just jump right in. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is what we're looking for. And that's right there. If I find that, like, okay, you my people. Like if you came here and you know you're having fun already, and you my people. So that's another factor too. Just trying to help those couples or single guys for that matter. 'Cause I remember the Shy Guy, the little cat from Houston. Not this past year, but the year before he came through, and Goliath was showing him around, introducing him to guys and couples throughout, and that was amazing. I was just like this is my man. Taking this dude under his wing. He was really young, didn't know, his ass from his elbow, basically, when it comes to lifestyle. But he found this, and he decided to give it a shot, and it was how welcoming Goliath was in that, and that told me a lot about him in that moment. I knew of him before then, but I didn't know him that well until after that, and that's when I was like, all right, I need to get to know this brother a lot more, and I've considered him a friend since then. So, it's just carrying yourself in that way, in that regard, speaks volumes in this lifestyle, and your reputation will precede you in that way if you do. Because it will, whether you're good or bad, your reputation in this lifestyle will precede. It really will. So you might as well carve out a good.
Here's my question, and we got some more people jumping in, but this is for the fellas before I invite the ladies, because I want to say first of all, hey, hello to Hawaiian Angel. I see you on there. Thank you for joining us, beautiful. Next thing, hot wife Lexi Love, is her birthday today. Happy birthday, everybody! Say happy birthday to.
Hey, happy birthday!
Right. One and only sexy Lexi Love.
I got a gift for you, Lexi.
Oh yeah.
Lexi likes to torture me with like random pictures of her ass. Today she sent me a picture of her ass bouncing with a cake on it, and I'm like, I don't know which one I want to eat first. Okay, like let's just be honest here. I mean, I was sitting at my desk with a full on erection. So thank you, Lexi. And Lexi, before I start asking Lexi questions, because we're gonna ask Lexi, we're gonna ask Scarlett, we're gonna ask some of the ladies questions, because I like when the ladies get to interact with the guys. Fellas, Goliath, first you, then Mike, then Ashley. When it comes to mentoring new guys in the lifestyle, how do you go about it? Because I've seen Ashley mentor guys, I've seen Goliath mentor guys, and Mike Trimmer's personality and energy alone is enough to be a great example. So, Goliath, how do you mentor guys in the lifestyle?
I think after all the experience like that, I've taken all the game that I've received from people that's been before me, and I basically just share that same knowledge that I didn't have at that same age that they are. It doesn't even matter what age they are. I've met older guys that have come in and didn't know things, and I basically had to school them like, hey, just be yourself. Don't see somebody doing one thing and think it's gonna work for you. Like, stay true to yourself, be a gentleman at all costs, no matter what. And then when it's time to do what you got to do, hey, it is what it is. But for the most part, just always, the one thing I always tell people, I guess new men, is make sure you talk to the husband first. That will get you further than anything you can think of. Show him that respect of him, and then communicate with his wife and things that go from there. But just the little things that people don't think about that have an impact. That's what I try to go with first. We're trying to get the new people on a good start.
Okay, Mike T, What do you got to say for the new fellas that's out there trying to do what we do?
Goliath hit on it. That was the biggest thing. Obviously, it's always make sure you address the husband first, and then just approach them like a gentleman. I think that's the biggest thing. And then I'd say the other thing is like with some of the new people I've mentored when I was in Germany is like don't come into it thinking that this is like a regular vanilla club type thing. It's not that type of discotheque. So it's more personable. And then they're definitely going to have to fill out your personality first, everything. So I'd say that's the big key takeaway. Approach the husband first, and then let them get to know your personality and everything.
Okay. Ashley?
Yeah, I'll just reiterate what those two said, especially about engaging the husband. Not only sometimes it might not be first. Sometimes it might not be first. Sometimes the wife might catch you at the club by herself or whatever. But make sure you're asking her, all right, so where is your husband? Oh, he's in the bathroom? Okay, I can't wait to meet him, whatever. And then when that happens, engage him. Be like, hey, so-and-so said great things about you. Like just always, like a real talk. It's very important to never disengage with the husband. Unless it's that dynamic. Sometimes it's female-led relationship where he's a cuckold. He's going to be off in the corner. And she'll tell him to shut the fuck up because it's their moment. You know what I mean? Like if that's how they roll, so be it. But at the same time, when outside of the bedroom, you know what I mean? Like be respectful about it. Like I said, unless, that dynamic is 24/7 and, that's the role. But like I said, like that's huge. But then another factor when I come across guys now, when it's a new guys at the parties, I already kind of see their element, everything like that. I'll start talking to them about their online presence. I'm like, curate your online presence. Like whatever site you're on, don't be afraid to look at other guys' profiles and see what's working for them as far as in their descriptions about what they're into, vanilla-wise, sex-wise, or whatever. And that way, not only say steal for them, but at least cherry pick a little bit and create your own off of that. You know what I mean? Like everybody's inspired by something. So like that's important. Like some guys, and here's the thing, some guys can get by with just one or two lines in their profile and then a bunch of pics and videos of them with no head basically, all body with the 6-pack, 8-pack, 10-pack, big ass dick, whatever, and they're gonna get a bunch of couples reaching out. Some cats can get by that. And hey, if that's for you, so be it. But in my mind, that attracts the wrong type of person. Like that's like wearing a big ass platinum chain around your neck, going down to the club and thinking that you're gonna find you a woman to marry. Chances are you're not. You're gonna find a woman who wants that money. And that's the way I perceive it. If all you're doing is putting your body and your dick out there, all you're going to attract are the type of couples who only see you as that. And like our man Dimitri says, friendship comes with my dick. Dimitri, I love that line. Friendship comes with it. So if you just looking, because if your husband, you reach out to me basically being like, hey, my wife is looking for a BBC like you, block, bye, no more. I don't give a shit how fine she is. You do not just address me as a piece of meat out the gate. Because I'm not doing that to your wife. Because I swear to God, if I did that to your wife, you would say, fuck you, get the fuck out of here and block me too. Or report me to whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, hold on. I'm going to pause you for a second, okay? I know this is probably going to be fucked up, but listen, you can feel free to address me as a piece of meat. But I say, this is the only reason I say this. I only say this because this is how I look at that, the term BBC and being addressed like that. You can see me as a BBC when we first start talking, but if I meet you and I interact with you and you walk away after I've met you, interact with you, fucked your wife, and you still see me as a BBC, I fucked up. Because that's all I gave you. Because you're going to get a whole lot of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I do agree with you, Ashley, because I will tell you my biggest failure. I am that guy, okay? I do a very little bit on my profile. I throw some pictures up there, show you me fucking, and then it's like, hey, if you want to have a conversation, then I will give you the rest. So I'm not gonna lie, I do fail. I got one more comment from my man Cuck Matchmaker, because he did leave a very good comment on there. Let me know. Say it to us. Tell us what you say to the new guys.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for bringing me up, brother. But yeah, I just put it in the chat. For one, hygiene is important. That depends on the man, how much you want to manscape, but it is 2023. Women are licking assholes. They look at everything from the rooter to the tooter. So it's probably in your best interest to like really be good down there, up there, all that type of thing. They giving out seminars and stuff about how to clean yourself properly. Men, women, everybody. Everybody should be clean within this lifestyle. That's one. Two, approach. Like the brother was saying or whatever. If it's a situation where, ideally you want to approach them both, speaking of the couple, the man and the woman, hey, that's fine. Sometimes it's a dynamic where you can totally disregard the husband. He's a cuck, he's a beta. You got that going on. To the next one, which is reading, know what's going on. If you're a predator, if you're about to go hunt or whatever, you need to size up what's going on. You're on the Serengeti. You need to see what's good, where you can hide, where you can crouch down, all that shit. You need to see what's going on. And showing your confidence. The brother was talking about your pictures and things. Like, bro, if you get into this lifestyle, you're a single male or whatever, you need to present yourself in a certain way. It's almost as if you're a woman. You need to present yourself like a bad bitch. You need to have nice pictures. You need to have a well thought out description of what you got going on, what you're into. That way you at least have conversation starters. Second to lastly is please that woman. What I like about the splash situation is you guys really sit us down on some, as a matter of fact, like, hey, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go into depth of the things that you tell us, but it's like, you tell us things that we should know. You know what I mean? And if you don't know, we telling you now. So it's like, pleasing the woman, the actual tactics of it. Every guy has their own thing, but you should really learn how to please that woman so that after the fact, she remembers you. Lastly, leaving appropriately at the right time. Sometimes it's cool to kick it and stick around, but a lot of times the couple just want to kick it and enjoy the moment that they just had or whatever that you just made. Get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be there. If you feel like you know when it's bad, get the fuck out of there. So I'm gonna land my plane. Thanks for bringing me up, bro.
Hey, listen, hey, he hit all of my key points. Hygiene, read the fucking room, and the end was so true. Know when to fucking leave. Like, I can't tell you how many dudes over the years Mrs. Mocha had to come and get me and say, hey, can you get this guy the fuck out of here? And then that's license for me to be me. Like, hey, thank you very much for coming. It's 2 a.m. You're clearly
you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here.
Up out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you should. I mean, like, come on. So that's it. And so before I ask the ladies questions, because I definitely want to involve the ladies, because this is really all about the ladies. I'm always very hard on couples. I'm very hard on single guys. I'm very hard on everybody. I'm hard on myself, if you know me. But it's rare that when we just have an all guys panel that we get to have the ladies kind of chime in and say, this is what we want. But I'm going to jump in and say that when I'm mentoring guys, it does start with, to me, everything starts with the presentation. And my presentation personally is going to be the things that attract us, because me personally, I am not trying to attract a couple that is looking for a replacement. So I usually try to appeal to vanity first. I usually try to appeal to desire first. So on my profile, I usually put pictures. I put videos of me in action when I speak to couples, I am honest. I'm going to flatter the wife. I'm going to respect the husband, even if he's a cuck. A lot of guys deal with cucks, but they don't understand that the husband is a cuck within the scene, within the moment, within that play role. I have a friend, one of my best friends, who's been one of my friends for the last 20 years. He is a cuck to his bones, but he's also an ex-Green Beret. All right. He's also one of the trainers who I've worked with, who was 175 pounds and gave me the most hell, gave me the worst beatings I've ever taken, but I say that to say this. When we were in the gym training, he was a totally different person when we were in the scene with his wife. And I understood, and most guys don't understand, there is a time you have to understand when you are in character and when you're not. And it's your job to communicate and understand when you are in character and not a character, because the guy is a cuck does not mean that he's soft. And that can be a very, very uncomfortable mistake, depending upon the guy who you make that mistake with. And then the next level is everyone has a fantasy. And I feel like if you are a successful bull or a successful manicorn / single guy, your job is to communicate that and understand what their fantasy is and what they want. There are going to be people out there. There are going to be hot wife couples. There are going to be stag vixen. There are going to be cuckold couples who may not be forward and upfront about what they truly desire. If you are patient enough to ask the questions and find out what they're looking for, even if you don't want to go as far as they want to go, you will still be able to go further than anyone else, because no one else has been able to pull what they want out of them. And then, like I said, responding to Ashley earlier, I don't have a problem when a person or a couple looks at me and goes, "Oh, wow, BBC." Because I know that I look at a woman and go, "Oh shit, redhead. Oh shit, big tits. Oh shit, blonde. Oh shit, fat ass." I know that when I first see somebody, they fall into a category. Once I start speaking to this woman and she impresses me with her energy, her intellect, her sexuality, then she earns a name. And I feel like I'm okay with you seeing me and first seeing me as a fantasy. And then when that fantasy, once we've done that, you see me as a name. So my advice to guys out there is to look at it from that standpoint. That being said, now that I've run my mouth, we've got Goliath, we've got some of the fellas on. I want to ask the ladies, and the first person that gets to answer this question, gets to answer the ladies' question will be Goliath, because he's the star of the show tonight. Scarlett, when you start interacting with a guy, what is it that you want from start to finish? What's going to make you happy?
Good evening, Mr. Mocha.
Welcome.
Good evening, Goliath. Ashley, Tech Matchmaker. So good to see everybody. I had to pop on here because, Goliath, he may have left Texas, but he still has a place in my heart over here. But it'd be nice.
In your heart or your...
Oh, my pussy too. My pussy too. He already knows it. So what am I looking for? I think it's potential. Like, when I'm just meeting you, there's a lot of potential energy between us, right? So like, where is that energy going to go? How are you going to inform me about what we're going to create together? And how am I going to inform you about what potential I see? And that is going to unfold, over the time we're together. I want to be, looked at in my eyes. I want to be, really kind of spoken to with the sensual and seductive energy that I'm bringing. So basically it's like, are you matching my energy? And like I said, that could take place over 5 minutes, or it could take place over hours. The length of the exchange is not what matters to me. It's the content and the context of what we're trying to build together. And, you know, that is really what's most important to me. And I can feel pretty quickly if, like, the potential there is limited. And this may be, you know, hey, we're at the same event and I'm slutting, let's go. Or if this is something that we can really build on and explore and have a mutually fulfilling dynamic. But I didn't know, Mr. Mocha, if you wanted to read the comments I left, because I was like, maybe he don't want to read this.
Listen,
but what I wanted to...
You know my wife is not here, so, I mean, listen, you know me personally, okay? You know I'm going to miss stuff, so just go ahead and read it or say it.
I mean, it's like a feminine thing. I was like, look, anybody who knows Goliath here, I gave him a name, and that name is in his Twitter bio. He is the slut encourager. And for a woman such as myself that takes a lot of pride in my sluthood, being in the presence of this man is like just next level, because he just feeds our slutty energy. And just like, you know, that is a really unique and beautiful quality. And Goliath has that in spades, in droves. And so that's just a really special thing. So the Slut Sisters, you know, we always appreciate you for that, King, because it's one thing to enjoy sluts. It's another thing to encourage sluts. It's a whole another level, in my opinion. And Goliath takes it there.
Thank you. Listen, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I know. I always, go ahead, Goliath, say it again.
I just want everybody to be the best slut they could be.
Yeah, hey, listen.
That's right.
That's how it's supposed to be. You know, I'm a firm believer of giving you the same sexual opportunities that me and my boys have. And if you know me and my wife, that's how we roll. Like, if I can do it, she can do it twice. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. So I got my very, very shy, sexy, sweet, juicy friend, Blushing Vixen. I know she's not going to get on, but she left a comment. New guys also need to really fully educate themselves on sexual health and testing. Just because it says full testing doesn't mean it always is. So before you judge a lady in a lifestyle on STD/STI, know what you're talking about. Absolutely. I mean, we touch and tap on testing STI, STD stuff all the time. There is so much misinformation out there. There are so many people who don't understand what's going out there. And there are so many people who aren't honest and upfront about it. Fact of the matter is, if you're in the lifestyle and you're an adult, there's certain things that you should know. Okay. I wound up having a very long conversation with a friend of mine recently about the STI herpes. And they went to the clinic and they found out, you know, they had a form of herpes. And I was like, you do understand a very large percentage of the population has a form of herpes. That's a cold sore. There are 5-year-old children out there with cold sores. That doesn't mean that they've been engaging in any sexual activity. That means that they have a cold sore, which is herpes. And they were totally freaked out because, you know, we encouraged them to go and do some testing. You know, we encouraged them, hey, this is something you should do. They went and did it and they called us back. Oh, my God, you know, we've been in lifestyle for all this time, blah, blah, blah. And then we had the conversation, which the doctor didn't even have with them. And we find out that one of them had cold sores when they were a child. I said, that is what that is. There's 2 types of herpes. You know, there are so many things that people don't know. And, you know, that's one thing that I encourage all people in the lifestyle and all people who are very sexually active. We have more access to information and knowledge than any group of people in our known history. Take the time and go and understand what you're talking about. Because there are a lot of people and a lot of guys and a lot of couples. There's a lot of people who make assumptions, who speak without education, and they wind up insulting or hurting someone's feelings based upon something they don't know. And then also being honest. We were not afraid to share that we've had an experience. We had experience years ago when we decided, before we started doing content, that we were going to, we tried a sexual co-op where we had a huge group of couples that said, hey, we wanted, this was years ago. We had a big group of couples, and we all agreed, hey, we're all going to go get tested. We're all going to share results. And if you decide to play outside the circle, just let everyone know. Someone didn't live up to the bargain, and everyone wind up, sharing chlamydia. When that happened, of course, me being me, my wife being us, we call like, hey, all right, there are fucking 12 people in this fucking group. I'm not the only person having issues. You motherfuckers just too shy to say what it is. We're fucking adults. So, I go through and blast everybody, and everybody's like, oh my God. Like, statistically speaking, 1 out of 12, I'm not the only person that noticed something was wrong. So that was one of the things that you can't convince me I'm the only one to notice a problem. And so for years after that, we were like, fuck that. We don't trust anybody. But, that was a learning experience for us. But I say that to say this. I agree with Blushing Vixen. Be educated. Know what you're talking about, especially if we're out here and we're playing and we're having sex. Lifestylers, get tested, and don't get tested, once a year. Get tested on a regular fucking basis. It's the right thing to do. And now I'm going to, where's
Hold
on. Before you move on from that, I just wanted to say, for the fellas, obviously, when you're doing a full panel, now typically you're getting a full panel, everybody is going to be, HIV, it's going to be chlamydia, gonorrhea, the piss test, the blood, all that, stuff like that. You have to ask for the throat swab of chlamydia and gonorrhea. That's not really part of the full panel. That should be a factor as well. I know that's now required for a lot of people that are actually in the industry as a sex worker or content creator or whatever. But I think like that should also be applied in today in the lifestyle as well. I don't think enough people do that. So you guys, if you are listening on this Real Talk, the full panel, but then also ask for the throat swab as well for gonorrhea and chlamydia. You can get caught with that too. Cause I love to kiss. Like I don't play with couples who don't kiss. If you don't kiss, I'm sorry, you can't have my dick. It's that simple. Man, Mocha, Mr. Mocha, that couple from Holland or Norway or whatever she wouldn't kiss. I was so pissed, bro. You have no idea.
The worst, bro.
She kissed me. What are you talking about?
Lick her elbow. You can kiss her knee, but you better not kiss her.
You had her leg behind
her
head. She had no choice but to kiss you. Shut up, Mr. Mocha. She was kicking her leg like a goddamn dog. You get out of here.
Hey,
so yeah, man. But no, man, it's a factor. It's a factor that not enough guys pay attention to. So yeah, I personally pretty much go once a month, if not every other month, because I can, my insurance knocks down the price a little bit. But I know some people don't have that, and it's going to be like 175, 250, 300, whatever it is. So I know it's hard to get out there to do it. But if you really trying to be out here at these events, nevertheless, save the money up. Don't play 2 weeks out before a big ass event. You know what I mean? Just save that headache, because I've had that happen before. Yeah. It's terrible when you show up and you that test hit and you're like, oh shit, I can't play. Like it's a bummer. So yeah, so be diligent in getting the entire test panel. Like Blush and Vixen said, do your research, get educated, but then also you know what I mean, have that discipline to not play before you go to these big events to meet other people, because the last thing you want is to be ground zero. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to be the outbreak monkey.
Exactly. No Ebola. No Ebola.
Yeah, don't be the outbreak monkey. I gotta give some shouts out. I got my boy Sir Doyle. I didn't realize my boy Sir Doyle Walters. This is actually like, he's like a family member in real life. This is my guy. So he's on there. You know, he tends to be a little shy every once in a while, but I know he'll always throw some good knowledge in there. We also have Midwest QoS. Last podcast we did, literally, I ended the podcast and she had commented on the podcast and I felt terrible. And then, of course, you know, one of our favorite people, Mask Milfy, she's also very, very much like family. You know, anything we do, there's like literally, she probably knows, I guarantee she knows my life schedule better than I do because she talks to my wife all the time. But she's also one of my favorite people. And Double D Vixen just jumped into the chat. Double D Vixen, say hi to us because I've been staring at your ass for about an hour now.
Hey, hello.
Welcome.
Ashley knows our experience. You guys are talking about Splash, and I just wanted to jump on and say Houston was our first Splash and had a great time. But as far as the single guys go, I legit thought something was wrong with us. I was like, we're sitting out in the middle of, you know, where everyone was eating and drinking and like trying to look approachable. And like, I knew people were staring, but like none of the single guys were coming up until we had gone to the playroom. And then a guy came up and kind of embarrassed us, putting us on the spot by what he said. And anyways, but
wait,
it was
just
kind of like no.
Oh, thank God. I'm joking.
Yeah, we had walked in. It was when the ladies that were unicorn, they were doing like the contest, like the.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah. So,
Of course it was. That's my girl.
So anyways, come to find out, Ashley he was one of the guys that kind of gave us, we know him before. We actually, a couple had told us that, hey, we met him. He's going to be there. He's good people. And so I started chatting with him on here. And that was the situation with a couple of other single guys. Like they had reached out on Twitter and I was like, yep, we'll be there. It's our first time. And anyway, so what we found out from multiple single men is, so my husband, he's 6'2", has tattoos. Most of the guys thought he was a Hispanic guy. He's mixed, black and white. And he is looks like, I guess, intimidating or,
yep.
But he is the most, Ashley can speak to this. He's like an undercover nerd and like they were nerding out on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he's a teddy bear. He's a teddy bear like Goliath. He is. He's
super talkative, personable, like, and we were just kind of like, what is there something wrong? Like, what is going on? And so I guess my only thing I can add.
Double D. It's his fault. I'm going to tell you this and see, we're going to keep you in this conversation because I want to pause
We
you
won't
right
tell
there.
you when we saw you. We were going to, because my husband listens to your podcast. I'm not into the podcast too much. I just hopped on here, but we saw you, but you were pretty indisposed when we saw you.
I mean, that is a possibility. I mean, that was my first splash without my wife. And I will tell you this, for your next splash, if my wife is there, all you have to do is grab her and she will introduce you to every human being in the building. Okay. And I will tell you this.
We had some people that did that for us, Ashley being one of them. We met once people like saw other single guys talking to us, then it was like everyone was coming up and introducing themselves, and we did not have a bad experience at all. Everyone was super nice, but it was just kind of like that first day I was like, what's going on? And even afterwards I got multiple DMs from other single guys that were there that were just like, hey, saw you, didn't get a chance to introduce myself, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I guess my advice would be like, don't be afraid to approach them.
I mean, here's the thing.
Approach couples.
This is one thing I've been yelled at by my wife. I've been yelled at. this is your husband's fault, and you can tell him I said this. All right. Here's the thing about being a big, intimidating guy. When you are, unfortunately, you have to go out and recruit guys and talk to them, unfortunately. Because when we first got into the lifestyle together, even though I'd been in the lifestyle myself for years, there's random times where my friends, and I've got a lot of friends on here right now who will say, they will walk up to me and be like, hey, quit fucking scowling. And I'm like, oh shit, sorry. It's not intentional. It's just, I just don't walk around smiling like an idiot all day, you know. But at events, I realize that I do have to go. I approach guys, you know, I smile a lot. I try to smile more. And I'm like your husband. I'm a nerd. Like literally, I spent half the day trying to find my next fantasy book to read. Okay, that's how I am. But people see me, they'd never see that. And unfortunately, there are so many couples in the lifestyle where you have a gorgeous woman and this big scary guy where they will bring their wife to an event like Splash Mocha and just want to show her off. So oftentimes statistics will dictate that guys will avoid that, especially if when you got a big teddy bear next to you. I mean, it's kind of like my cousin had this, 120-pound pit bull, nicest fucking dog in the world. Run if you sneezed at it. But I didn't care. Like, I wasn't going to run the risk of sneezing at it, so that's one thing that he's going to want to, I would advise for him to do is kind of step out there and make the guys comfortable, because believe it or not, a lot of the guys are just as nervous as you are. A lot of the guys are just as because the guys will also tell you, I'm one of the guys that do the single guy seminar, and I am very, very, very adamant about guys not offending any of the ladies, any of the couples. And I'm very adamant about them not having a misunderstanding. So oftentimes what happen is you'd rather take a look. All right. Very pretty woman, huge guy next to her. I don't know if I want to go over there. So for the husband, like what I do with my wife, I go out there, I see a guy, I say, honey, you like that guy? I walk across the room, leave her at the bar and say, hey, that's my wife over there. She thinks that you're attractive. Do you like her? And then all of a sudden, if he does that with 3 different guys and all of these guys see him, because the guys are looking, trust me, they're looking at you and they're looking at him. If they see him engage 1 or 2 guys, then all of a sudden they know you're approachable, and I mean, my wife had a huge list of rules for me when we first got in the lifestyle. Don't put your dick out first. When you walk into the place, you got to smile. I had a huge list of rules. And for your husband, if he's like Goliath or he's an intimidating guy, you don't have to, but you can expedite your entertainment by having him go out and just kind of speak to guys so they know he's approachable, because he is not the norm. So many guys show up to events like this with very pretty women, and they literally just want to show up and let their wife be stared at. And every single guy there has walked up to that couple where the guy's like, oh no, she's good, bro. She's good. And it's like, you're like, so fuck this. I'm going to go find the easy, so that's unfortunately the case with a lot of times.
Yeah, can I piggyback on that one? You're right in that sense too, because it not only that too, but remember I remember you guys showed up on the theme night, the cowgirl night, and he was decked out. The tattoo sleeves were showing. He had the really big hat on. Motherfucker damn near had the Spurs on it like that too. So he had a bit of an intimidating aura to him. But like I said, we had already talked before, so it took no problem for me to walk up to you. But in all fact, I thought about it too as well. You guys went and sat directly, just chilling in the lobby, the wide lobby area. If you had gone to the bar where people are like used to really engaging and talking like, hey, can I buy a drink, this and another, where everybody's really talking the most, like lobby, once you're in the lobby, you kind of sit down talking to whoever you want to sit down and talk to. And then makes it a little harder unless you know that person to meet. But if you go and you start like at a party at the bar itself, chances are you're going to meet more people. But I understand you guys were trying to just kind of get a lay of the land and feel comfortable, and you're waiting me to come down and to say hello.
Thanks for introducing me, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you for introducing me.
Hey, you were didn't you say you were indisposed?
I was indisposed the whole time.
No, I will say what you both have said. Yeah, once others started talking to us, it was like sea of people were coming up and introducing themselves, and yeah, it was again great experience. Nothing, I can't say anything bad about it. So yeah, it was definitely not. I don't want it to come across like it was a negative experience. It was just kind of that first day. I was like, what's going on here?
It's a lot. But at the same time, like I said, I remember I mentioned before a little bit of the racial factor too, in that he did look Hispanic, and sometimes the brothers and the Hispanics do not gel that well, especially if he's one of those that's just trying to show his girl off instead of share her. So that's that
dynamic. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. That is definitely that is not him at all.
No, definitely not.
Everybody who's not looking at Double D Vixen, just she's got a lot of like random gifts on her profiles, but when you find the little gems on there, you're gonna appreciate it. Just go through and find the little gems. I'm gonna follow.
I like to laugh.
I'm gonna follow her right now.
I'll introduce you next time, Mr. Moses.
I'm gonna introduce my damn self next time. Okay, since you clearly dropped the ball on this, Ashley Del Toro. Some I'm on. This is an inside joke. I yelled at Ashley one year about telling, like, basically introducing me to people. And so now I'm yelling at him for not introducing me to people. So no one will understand this, but now you know. This is why it's so funny.
This is what he do. I can't win. I can never win.
All right. So, Goliath. Before we close this thing out. All right. Listen, I'm so occupied looking at random pictures on Twitter right now. You just may need to take over this because I'm perving like a motherfucker right now. There was a comment that I wanted to read. There was a good comment that I was supposed to read and I forgot. Okay, let me read that first. Mindful cuckolding. So true. Great share, Ashley Del Toro. Never disengage with a husband / boyfriend. So true. We cucks like to be acknowledged in some way. That is absolutely correct. If you are engaging as a guy, if you're dealing with a cuckold couple, you're dealing with the couple. You're not dealing with her. You're dealing with the couple. The other one was thorny. Many people don't understand that in this lifestyle, everyone respects everyone. It doesn't matter if the husband is a cuck, a sissy, a stag, or our passion for this lifestyle is definitely based on the fact that everyone involved is happy at the end. We black bulls don't like being disrespected and reduced to our cock size. Hot wives do not like being disrespected and reduced to a sex object, and cucks who have a kink for being humiliated do not want to be disrespected for their kink. We all have to respect each other. Thorny, I'm definitely going to give you props on that because that is so true. All right.
Sure.
Did somebody say something there? Oh shit, Mike Keys Necklace is on. Man, we got the whole squad on tonight, man. What's going on? Man, everybody's on tonight. That's what I'm talking about.
Keep my eyes, man. I don't see my phone, so you my eyes to whoever's on.
Yeah, I'm being the eyes since you ain't looking. I mean, I expected you to help. I'm the old man, not you. You got young eyes.
Man, I'm back.
All right, so
I have no recommendations.
So what would it be before we close this thing out, Goliath? What do you have to share? Share something with the people before we close this thing out while I'm perusing through the profiles of the people who are watching us.
It could be something more specific than that. Let's see. Something to share. And always love
Barbie.
yourself.
I'm
No
sorry.
matter what's going on, love yourself. Help people along their journey. Be a part of other people's journeys. Learn to forgive and forget and get past things that you may think are big, but in the big picture of things, hey, life is short. So hey, love your neighbor. Like, have fun with this lifestyle. Be responsible. And basically, all the key points that we hit throughout this interview. Just take care of yourself in all aspects. Get yourself checked on. Slut responsibly. Don't discourage somebody from getting outside their element. Encourage it. You grow while being uncomfortable. Don't always be in that comfort zone. Do some different shit that will expand your horizons and expand your lifestyle experience. So they really ain't got much, man. I'm just a go with the flow type of person. So
Well, that was a lot, man. That was a beautiful thing. You're right. Everything hit all the points that we need to hit, and I think that ending on the two things, you will never grow in anything, including the lifestyle, if you get stuck inside of a comfort zone. And also, don't allow anybody to mold or discourage you when you want to go further or take another step in the lifestyle, because there's always something new. When anybody in the lifestyle, when you were, 20 years old, you didn't think that you're going to be fucking people's wives, or you didn't think that you're going to let your wife fuck somebody. So just like when you step into the lifestyle and you start embracing the differences, you can still go further. You can still push yourself, and your pushes should be based upon your desires. Don't be held back based upon what people tell you should do. This has been another Old Faces episode. This is what we call the cutting board. This is an episode where the males in the lifestyle get to chop it up, talk about the lifestyle from male perspective. We appreciate everybody who jumped on. Goliath, thank you for coming on. Go down the line. Ashley Del Toro, Scarlett, Cuck Matchmaker, Double D Vixen. Very excited that you're on. Yeah, I'm hoping to see her next time. And everybody who didn't dive in, who didn't make it in time, Milfy, one of my favorite people, Mike from Keys and Anklets. We just did a podcast last week. Blushing Vixen, my boy Remy. My boy Remy's on there. Oh, Mrs. Mocha just popped up and started talking trash in the background. She didn't jump on, so she don't get to jump on. So until next time, thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Cutting Board. Don't forget, ladies, if you want to just talk with the ladies, we have Mrs. Mocha, who does a Dirty Girls Corner with Essen Sultry and Carrie Corrupted. That is that's an awesome segment. I mean, everyone loves Dirty Girls Corner. Those ladies talk. They have no fucking filter at all whatsoever. They speak about what's on their mind, and that's all. I encourage my wife to be who she is, and so she does it to the fullest. Also, when my wife and I are hosting together, that is just, our regular Old Faces podcast. And, if you're on hanging out with us, we love when you guys jump in. We love to hear everybody's perspectives and viewpoints. Also, if you enjoy listening to the Old Faces podcast, don't forget to go check out Keys and Anklets podcast. That's another podcast that can offer you a different perspective on the lifestyle. And until next time, Goliath.
Yes, sir.
Have a great night, everybody.
Be blessed.